let me give you a bit of an overview of what's going on here, and to help me do that, let's give it up for Scott. So, Scott, you're at E.ON. Tell us a bit about what you do at E.ON.
Yeah, first of all, thanks a lot for sticking around. Obviously, I've got an interest in the brand challenge, but I think from having done these previously, there's a lot of really interesting content as well. But I know the pub's calling, so thanks so much. Yeah, E.ON, we're an energy company, been around a long time. The story we've got, someone was asking me earlier, what's the challenge for the next 6 months? It's not, it's the challenge of the next 6 years, the next 10 years for us. It's a really classic kind of brand shift story. So we'll be known and we're famous for being a commodity supplier, so supplying electricity and gas to folks like us, right? Retail stuff. But the growth area we've got is very much in the sustainability space, so solar panels, electric vehicle charging, heat pumps for your house, that kind of thing. And that's true for business as well. But that's a real shift as a brand, right? That's from a commodity market where you have to choose a company into a space where we've got to create desire around our products. So corporately, we've got a good story to tell. Going back about 5, 6, 7 years, I can't quite remember, we sold off fossil fuel power stations. We've still obviously got carbon footprint. We sell gas, but we have a good story around sustainability. We are going through one of the transitions that will help businesses and residential customers do as well. So what we're on the lookout for, companies that can help us not just make our marketing more effective in the traditional sense, i.e. our money going further, but equally with that sustainability footprint. How can you help make sure that the words we're saying are good around sustainability, that my team, we're not adding to a problem through creating more emissions. So it's a bit about make us better marketeers, but let's be really cheesy. Let's make the world better when we do it together. And look, one story, we're not here just for a nice day out, which is a nice day out, but there's real work here. So last year, the winner of our challenge was BidStack. So we've done a bit of work with them, continuing to work, and we'll have some stuff launching with them soon. So, I'm sure there'll be lots of great pitches today. We have to have one winner, but I'm sure there'll be lots of stuff we can pinch and take forward as well. So yeah, delighted to be along.
That's great, Scott. Well, yeah, looking forward to seeing your response to these 5 companies.
Thank you.
We'll jump straight into the pitches now, and our first company, we're going sort of back to like one-to-one engagement. This is a company that has been at MadFest before, and a company that we work closely with. Please give it up for James from Inkpact.
Hello, everybody. Clicker's not working. Is it? Oh, perfect. Sorry, let me just go back. The screen is still showing some other slides. That one doesn't work? Okay, right, brilliant. Hi, everyone. I'm James, and I work for Inkpact. We help brands effectively communicate their messaging and build real relationships with their customers to drive sales and increase customer lifetime value. And we do all of this through genuinely handwritten notes that are sent at scale and triggered across the customer journey. So, how can we help E.ON get renewable solutions into as many homes and businesses as possible? We all know it's incredibly difficult out there at the moment. There's increased email trafficking since COVID. You've got the inbox, the other inbox, and the junk mailbox to contend with. CPAs are rising. Paid social is losing effectiveness or just getting too expensive. Trust in brands is at an all-time low, especially in this area with greater awareness around greenwashing. And there's just so much competition. So it's incredibly hard to break through and make sure that your messaging is really being heard. I believe it's around an open rate of 22% for marketing emails. We get a 99% open rate. Sorry about that. We get a 99% open rate. And if you think about it, when was the last time that you had a genuinely handwritten note with a stamp on that came through your letterbox that you didn't open? If you're anything like me, never. You think it's a message from a friend or it's an invitation. There's a big pile of mail that doesn't get open, but if it's handwritten, I certainly will open it. It's a really personalized approach that makes people feel valued, and you want to make your customers feel something. And because someone's taken the time to actually write to you and genuinely handwrite it, they're going to take the time to read it. The good news is we'll do all the heavy lifting for you. We can integrate straight into your CRM system, so all we need is your copy, and then we can look after everything else for you. So how effective is it? Sweaty Betty saw 30% of their recipients go on to make a purchase within 3 weeks of receiving a note. We normally say to track for 3 to 6 months, but it's great to show how quickly it can take things out. Me&M saw a 76% increase in second purchases that led to an 18% increase in revenue. And that was in their first month of their proof of concept. Oliver Brown, who we've been working with for a few years, they turned off their control group because they were so happy with the results. They recently turned it back on just to make sure things were still running as they should. They shared that they saw a 50% increase in transactions, a 200% higher email engagement, 180% increase in direct, a 33% increase in organic, a 14% increase in AOV, and an increase in purchase frequency against their control group. So it really shows that the power of just a simple note. There was no call to action in there, no offer, just a genuinely heartfelt message. And just show really what it can do. And you mentioned that you're looking for ethical marketing opportunities. I'm delighted to say that as a social enterprise, you'll be supporting the lives of the beating heart of Inkpact, our 1,500 strong scribe tribe. It's made up of single parents, grandparents, junior doctors. We work with Macmillan as well, so we have people recovering from illness who aren't able to be in an office environment or work full time, but they want to be doing something, or at the moment need to be doing something to get a bit of extra income. So it really means a huge amount to them and really does change their lives. So if you're looking to join some amazing brands, we would love to help. Thank you.
Well done, James. Strong start. Yeah, Scott, jump up here, and we've got time for 1 or 2 quick questions.
Yeah, look, it's a really interesting thing, that human connection that you get there. It's a really authentic solution. You mentioned about greenwashing. Have you had, or how would you deal with the challenge around, I guess it is authentic, someone's writing it, but it's not from them. So is there a risk that it's seen as a little bit inauthentic at the end of the day?
It can be, but it depends how you sign it off. Obviously, some brands will sign it off from a figurehead, some will sign it off from a team. We do actually have a few brands who have actually they've signed it off from the team or from the brand, but then they have actually got our scribes to write down their situation. So if it's a single parent, so written by a single parent, written by someone recovering from illness, so you can make it as authentic as you want it to be. But it makes people just stop, read the messaging, and actually take it in without things flashing up at them.
And again, and sorry, this is making me seem really miserable and cynical as a person. It's a really positive thing. I guess you talked about open rates as well. Not that we ever would, but how do you choose who you work with in terms of, you've given really positive examples because of the open rates. Again, some of us with slightly more evil minds are sat going, aha, I can game the system here to make someone open something up. So how do you make sure it is being used for positive purposes with such a heartfelt, genuine way of doing it? So I guess, would you block someone from going beyond the thank you note, for example, to try and make a customer do something, if that makes sense?
Sorry, can you repeat that last bit again?
Yeah, so how do you make sure that, in terms of how companies are using the handwritten nature of it, the fact that you've got really high open rates, we've got messages that go out that people might not open. So I guess, how do you make sure it's used for positive, as opposed to people using the handwritten nature to get someone to open a letter they otherwise would ignore?
Yeah, so everything, we will always check all copy before anything goes live, so we will make sure that it is going in a positive way. There are incidences where we have turned down working with brands because it isn't something that goes with our ethics, especially being a social enterprise. So we want to make sure that it is brands that we want to work with as much as they want to work with us.
Brilliant.
Cool.
Good. Thank
Brilliant.
you. Brilliant.
Well done, James. So the winner is, drum roll.
Because of that human element, it'd be Inkpact, I think, are the ones we choose today. So
amazing. Well done, James.